Months ago, we embarked on a fiscal odyssey, watching the US debt clock sprint towards $34 trillion faster than Usain Bolt on a caffeine spree. Now, with $34.6 trillion under our belt and $35 trillion on the horizon, it seems our only managed debt is on Pluto, where, incidentally, the political class hasn't yet found voters or figured out interplanetary campaign ads. The news is aflutter with assets per citizen soaring to $559,932. Fantastic, right? Not so fast. With liabilities per citizen at a jaw-dropping $635,872, it appears our financial ship isn't just leaking, it's actively taking on water while the band plays on. One can only hope the political elite, in their infinite wisdom, might pivot from crafting another $1.2 trillion budget to perhaps, abolishing liabilities as a metric of debt, in an effort to fight all racial injustices throughout history. This, in effect, would allow them to concentrate on spending in the absence of paying anyone. But wait. By ignoring the ballooning debt, haven't they effectively done just that? Perched precariously on the rim of an inflationary vortex, our financial stability teeters like a tightrope walker in a hurricane. The economic realities of Venezuela's, caused by their so-called political elite leadership, once a cautionary tale, now appear almost idyllic, a veritable utopia of fiscal foibles we might aspire to. Now, our esteemed political puppeteers not only dismiss the deluge of illegal immigrants, but roll out the red carpet, viewing them not as individuals, but as chess pieces in a high-stakes Game of Thrones. Meanwhile, the mail-in ballot extravaganza, once lauded as democracy for the disenfranchised, has unveiled itself as a masterful illusion of voter enlightenment. Our electorate, stumbling in the shadows, is spoon-fed the narrative that democracy dangles by a thread, and their scribble on a ballot is its lifeline. This unexpected plot twist morphs our valiant quest for democratic integrity into a full-blown comedic skit, cloaked in the guise of moral superiority but in actuality, a cunning ruse to fortify the ivory towers of the elite. It's a tragicomic saga, where the quest for democracy is less a noble endeavor and more a punchline in the elaborate joke of governance. As for the judiciary wrangling with census and House seat allocations, it's a marvel of modern distraction techniques, ensuring the U.S. further descends into the abyss. The elite, perched atop their metaphorical mountains, seem to believe they're safely ensconced from the fallout of their decisions. To them, I offer a choice. Find a higher mountaintop, or perhaps a nice, voter-free plot on Pluto to champion democracy without interference. In a world where inflation is masked by redefinitions and the rule of law becomes more interpretative than a modern art piece, the climb continues. It's a grim race to see if common sense can catch up before we all have to learn the hard way what financial responsibility truly means. This isn't just an economic policy mishap. It's a masterclass in how not to run a country's finances, with the U.S. poised to become the poster child for fiscal irresponsibility on a global scale. Perhaps it's time to send a memo to the political elite. When your country's financial strategy is indistinguishable from a satirical sketch, it might be time to rethink your approach.